Thank you. Let's turn to John Bussey now, associate editor for our corporate cousins at the Wall Street Journal. He's also a Fox News contributor. So we now know the list of people who lied is getting longer and longer. We know the number of contacts with the Russians is getting larger and larger. What we don't know is why all the lying and why all of the contacts. We don't know that.
Yeah. So Mueller is peeling the onion back. We're getting some answers to some questions, and a lot bigger ones are still outstanding and now have been presented, I think, for the public to consider. So why was the charging document just one charge? Because we learn today explicitly that Flynn is cooperating with the prosecutor and has more to say. So bigger fish down the road, that's the presumption that we can reach. Why was President Flynn trying to get the FBI director
General Flynn?
Why was the president trying to get General Flynn off the hook with the former FBI director,
which he clearly was?
He's saying, look, don't go after him. He's a good guy.
Can't you just go easy?
Yeah, and same thing with members of Congress. Downplaying the need for investigation, calling it a witch hunt. Well, now we're beginning to see the answer to that why, and that is that Flynn has information that could be damaging to the White House. And in the charging document is this mention of the discussion about sanctions. Did you have a discussion with Kislyak about doing something with the sanctions?
On the same day that the sanctions came down, he lied about contacting that day, then lied about the content of the conversation. Now we know the truth of the conversation, but we don't know if he said sanctions and how they came together.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do something nice for him on sanctions, why?
Yeah, so the sanctions have been put in place by the Obama administration as punishment to Russia for interfering in the election. And the FBI asked him, did you talk about sanctions? And Flynn said no. That's the lie that he was caught in. It's explicitly stated in the charging document that there was, in fact, a discussion about sanctions that he had with Kislyak. So what was that about? Another why comes up now. Why was an incoming administration having a discussion with the Russians about possibly rolling back or doing something with the sanctions?
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Which leads to the bigger why that's still unresolved by the events today, which is we have a president who has been very keen on talking up better relations with Russia, almost mollifying Russia, or mollifying Putin, the one country out there that he's been really doing this with. He's been tough on China. He's been tough on our allies, the UK.
He's been tough on Australia and on Angela Merkel.
On Australia, on Germany, for the last, several months. But Russia seems to get a pass. We don't know the answer to that why. It may be, as the president says, look, it pays to have an ally, even one that you haven't gotten along with for decades. It pays to improve relations with that country. Or is there something else? And does it have to do with the election? Does it have to do with sanctions? Does it have to do with what Flynn is now telling investigators?
We know that 4 of the people within the president's realm have either been indicted or have pleaded guilty. What we don't understand yet is the degree to which the president was involved, if at all. Is Flynn the answer to that as their new star witness, at least for the day?
We don't know, but he's getting almost a pass on the number of charges. He's getting a great deal.
There was a long list.
Long list of possibilities. And remember, the FBI is looking at collusion with Russia over the election and possible subsequent obstruction of justice. We don't know yet which way this is headed.
That this is a ruse, that this is fake news, is a lie.
I think that Michael Flynn pleading guilty to this charge today explicitly gives an answer to that question. It's not fake news.
John Bussey from Wall Street Journal, thank you.
Pleasure.
Coming up, back to the White